Hello everyone, my name is Chaitanya. Our project is user account and score management system. Our team members are Manipalli Harshit, Sanka Suryakumar, and myself, Ukyam Lakshmi Chaitanya. Firstly, what is our project? Password authentication system, a robust system designed to manage user registration and secure login process. And rock paper scissors game, an interactive game component integrated with user authentication for a complete experience. Why is this project important? Real world authentication, file handling mastery, essential security concepts, modular design with header files. Now I will explain about project architecture main components. Auth.h and auth.c stores their functions and the code present in it, and utils.h and utils.c stores their respective functions and code. Similarly, game.h and game.c and main.c files created on disk. The user data.txt file, this file is responsible for usernames and passwords. And next, username score.txt, this file is responsible for tracking of individual user scores, recording wins, losses and draws.
Myself Suryakumar, and I am going to present the modules that are used in this project. Main menu and execution flow. In main function, there are three conditions. First one, register user. By using this, user can create their own accounts. Second one, login. Auto creation of account. User can directly log in into the game called log paper scissors. Third one, exit. After playing game, if user want to exit the game, user can choose exit. Main program flow, main dot. It first shows menu, and after authentication means register or login page. After login or register, we directly log in into the game called rock paper scissors. After playing, if user want to exit the game, he can you can choose the exit button, as we already discussed it in the previous slide. In register user function, there are five steps. First one, username input. The user to enter a desired username. Second one, uniqueness check. Verifies if the entered username is already exists or not. Third one, password choice. Offer the user to enter their own password or a generated password. Fourth one, strength evaluation. If a custom password is provided, it's evaluated for strength using the check strength function. And fifth one, user data persistence. The new user credentials are securely saved to the user data.txt file. And next, login user. In login user, there are also four types. First one, credential input. User provides their username and password for verification. Second one, file scan. The system reads through user data.txt by line to locate machine credentials. Third one, comparison and validation. If user want to play the game, he must enter the username and password that he already created. The entered username and password i- and are compared with the saved entries. And fourth one, access granted. After successful validation, user is allowed to play the game. Password strength checker. Checksum function evaluate the security of user-provided password. The password must contain at least one lowercase character, uppercase character, and numerical digit. By using special character, we enhance the password strength. Based on the combination of these character types, the function assigns a strength rating, weak, good, or excellent. Secure password generator. The generate password function creates strong randomness password that meet high security standards, eliminating the user to create their own password. Reverse character pool combines lowercase, uppercase numbers and special character to enhance password complexity. Guaranteed category inclusion. The first four characters of the generated password must contain at least one character of each of the following categories. First one, lowercase, uppercase, third one digit, fourth one special character to increase the password complexity, enhance its security. By mixing character types and ensuring broad representation, the function produces highly secure passwords that are difficult to crack.
Hi everyone, I am Manepalli Harshit. So now the heart of the game or the decision logic. If both the player and as well as the computer give the same choice, it will give a draw. And I think we all know about how rock paper scissors works. So if you have won, then it will store the data as win, and if you lose, then it will store the data as loss, and then it will save it through file handling. It will save it directly into the computer, and we have used if else structure so that the outcome of each and every round of the game is clear. Now our game components include randomized choice, so there is a proper choosing order, so the computer won't give us the same win or lose. Next, dynamic scoreboard. There will be a scoreboard which will be displayed onto the screen after each and every round. And then score reset option. Whenever you start or run the program, you will be having an option to reset your score. Now, last but not least, a persistent scoreboard. As I have mentioned, there will be a scoreboard that will be displayed on the screen. Now, the scoring system, we have used the load score function, which will help save us which will show load the previously stored game statistics. Save score, it will update the score into the files. Next, last but not least, the reset score, which I have also already mentioned. It will reset the score which you have done up until now. Then this is the score structure. So we have used three variables in our structure, which is win, losses, and draws. Now, next, translating input, the data function. So generally users don't feel like typing the whole word rock, paper, or scissors. So we have used RPA and S, and when this is printed onto the screen, like you have chosen rock and the computer has chosen paper, then the word rock will be shown using this data function, and this is a standardized output. Now, our core technologies we have used in the program are the C programming language, file handling, if else logic, and there is a randomization option, and modular programming, that is, we have divided all the program functions based on files so that there will be proper data management. Now, last but not least, secure password concepts like printing or generation of passwords and password checking, strength checking. Next, so what our project achievements or what we have built up until now are a proper authentication system, robust user registration and logic functionality. So we have already, as my friends have already mentioned, password strength and generator. Now the rock paper scissors gameplay as well as a persistent scoreboard, score storage. You will be storing the data of the scores into separate files based on the username. So each user will be having a separate files of his score. Now, so what our future enhancements or what we want to do are data encryption, like securing the passwords of the user so that it won't be exposed. Next is multi-user leaderboard so that people can see the scores of other people as well. Last but not least, graphical user interface. A proper user interface wherein the user will feel more attracted to playing the game or working on the interface. Now, so thank you everyone. Now I will be showing you the code. So I have already, as you can see here, so I have already entered the proper data for running of the game. So when you run the game, you will first access the main.c. So before I explain about how the program functions, so as you can see over here, we have stored the code into 4 files. C, the blue color C is all the files. So all these .h files are storing the function declarations. So the main.c has is the central part of the code which is responsible for connecting all of the code. Now auth.h and auth.c, as I have already mentioned, stores the function declaration and the code respectively. So as you can see here, we have stored the register user and login user functions over in auth.h, and as you can see, generate password, check strength also have stored in utils.h, and game.h stores the game. So I will explain you all about how these function. So as you can see, I have run the program, and in the run program you have the option to select between three. First is register user, login or exit. So when you click exit, basically it exits from the program completely, it terminates the program. So now at the left side you can see that once we have executed the program, it runs the program as program.exe. It stores the program data in exe, executable file format. So now I will choose a random option. See, if there is any other random choice like 4 or 5, it will give us an invalid choice and again run the program, since it's a do while loop. So now instead of, I'll show about how the exit works. So let me register first. So you can register yourself as my name Harshit. So I have registered myself into the program. So now you will be directed to the auth.auth file. So the auth file contains register user as well as the login user. So it connects both the main file and auth file, as you can see over here. So when we come to the auth file, you can see that we have the registered user. We declared two username and the password. So if the username already exists, then it will give us an error. But if it doesn't exist, then we will store the username into a file named userdata.txt. And if the file isn't unable to open, it will give us an error again. So we can, as you can see over here, you have two options: either enter your own password, or we can generate a strong password. So if there is, we choose another. Since I have already shown you, it will give us an error. Now let me choose the enter your own password. So we have the option to enter our own password. Let me say hi, I am 3. So hi 1, I am 3. So it says that it is very weak and has less characters. So we have given it a limit of 6 characters to be the minimum. So it should be more than 6, or should be more than 6, not equal to or less. So now let us say hi, I 1 am Harshit. So if I enter, the registration is successful. So now the registration is done. So now I will give you another option, that is the generation of the password. Surya, so he's my friend. So let me generate a strong password. It will give you the length of the password you require. So since I have already mentioned minimum is 6, so if I enter 6, it will say the characters are very less. So if I click something more than 6, let us say 12, it will generate a strong password, as you can see over here. So about the generation of password, when we come to the generation of password part, oops, I think it's in another file. Yeah, utils file. So the password generation, it generates based on a randomized option, but you will be having the 4. It is lower, upper, digit and special. You will be having the 4. So among the lower characters, upper characters, digits and symbols, you'll get at least a minimum of 1 among all the 4, and then it will generate the password. And previously I have mentioned about the check strength. So it will check if your password is strong or weak. It will generate an option of weak, strong, weak, medium or strong. So on that basis, the password strength meter will be checked. And now when we come back to the registration part, as you can see over here, since I have created two users, Harshit and Surya, this is the password of Harshit and this is the password of Surya. Now let me create another user with the same name as mine, Harshit. As you can see, it isn't successful because it already exists. That I think I have already mentioned. Now without further ado, now let me move to the login part. So since I have already logged in through my password, registered already, so now when we come back to this part, if I enter anything random, it will say its login failed. Now coming back. Yeah. So as you can see, I have logged in successfully. Now you can play the game rock paper scissors. So let me choose rock for the first. As you can see the score, I have lost because the computer has chosen paper. You chose rock, computer chose paper, so I have lost. Now I want to play again. I will choose paper this time. I have won. I'll play again. Scissors. I won again. So like this we can play repeatedly how many times we want. So if I click N, that is stands for no, you will exit from the program and come back to the main program. Let me show you about how the code works. So these are the function declarations, and so the main logic is same only, so it won't be that different. You get to choose rock paper or scissor. If there is a draw, you will get draw stored into your file. As you can see, this is the Harshit score text file. 2 stands for win, 1 stands for loss, 1 stands for draws. Okay, now back to this game.c file. Now let me explain the functions. So the load score file takes the data which has already been saved into your computer and checks. It reads the saved scoreboard from the PC. The save scores stores the score directly into your file. And then is 0. It is necessary to reset your score. If for example your score is 0 from the initial part, instead of playing you have set it to 0, then it will not reset the score because it's already 0. Now reset score, it resets the score to 0 0, as you can see over here. And this is the game logic which I have already mentioned in the PPT. And last but not least, this is also the data function which I have already mentioned. So now let me show you about how the use reset works. So as you can see, when I played the game first time, it didn't show that it didn't show if we wanted to reset our score because it was already 0. That's the importance of the is 0 program which I have already shown here. Yeah, is 0 importance. So if it is already 0, it won't show the option of reset score. But if it is not 0, then it will ask us if we want to change it into 0. If I say yes, the score will be 0, as you can see over here. Now let me exit from here and now register through another username, and password is okay. So yeah, you can see in my left side of my program that there are 2 files, harshit-score.txt and surya-score.txt. So these are 2 files. So they are storing the data separately so that there won't be any overlapping of the data stored. Now again, if you want to register, we can register as a user or login, but I will exit. As you can see, I have exited from the program. That's the working of our program and about how it functions. Thank you.